clock is too fancy for this wreck of a house. Is that... No, no way. Why do I suddenly feel the urge to touch his nose? This place is... doing things to me.
Are you into noses now?
Who knows? Maybe I always was.
Maybe.
I wonder if he and the couch have grown into a single entity at this point.
Oh, thank God you're finally here.
Here to do what exactly?
To fix the ventilation system, of course, and you better hurry. Can't you see I'm suffocating here?
That's definitely not why I'm here. Plus, I know nothing about ventilation systems, so...
Oh dear, have I been cursed? What did I do to deserve this never-ending suffering? Does the universe want me to drown in sweat or boil like a pig in a pan?
You do kind of look like a pig. Just a tiny little bit.
You think this is funny, don't you? Mock me all you want. At moments like this, I always recall my mother's wise words.
What did she say?
She said, people will always try to bring you down, my dear boy, and when it happens, you should hold on to the most important fact, that you're rich, and they're probably not. And judging by your appearance, I see she was right.
Can't you fix it yourself?
Are you out of your mind? These delicate hands were not made for plebeian labor. Zachary was supposed to do it, but he betrayed me in my most vulnerable moment. And it's hot in here, so very hot.
The ventilation would be fixed already if you stopped whining for a second and got your royal ass off the couch.
Have you come here just to torment me? If that's the case, then save your breath. I haven't stood up in decades, and I'm not planning to anytime soon. I'm perfectly fine where I am. But thank you for calling my ass royal. Of that I quite agree.
And who's Zachary?
He used to be my loyal servant. His family's been working for mine for generations, but he turned out to be a filthy traitor, leaving me helpless in this heat. Well, not actually leaving. He's probably in the kitchen.
Maybe he just doesn't want to be a servant anymore.
Or maybe he's just an ungrateful peasant with a destructive gambling addiction. But what do I know?
Gambling addiction?
Oh yes, and a nasty one at that. He even lost my father's watch to some dirty fisherman. That was before we got trapped here. Zachary used to play cards then, and now he's crazy about this B&B game. Gambling should be considered a deadly sin of its own, I swear.
That sounds... serious.
Because it is. Thankfully, I hid all the valuables he hadn't got his hands on yet. I sometimes marvel at my own cleverness.
And, where did you hide it?
Nice try, young man.
Well, I had to try. Actually, I'm here for your piece of the spell that summons Beatrice.
What? That useless scrap of paper? I mean, that priceless document. Its value is hard to overestimate, truly. But perhaps if you fix the ventilation...
I see what you did there. Fine. I'll look into it.
Marvelous. I'll be right here in my office.
How long has the ventilation been broken?
Let's see, 15, 18... It's been about 27 years. This is pure torture. Even Dante couldn't have imagined a circle of hell as dreadful as this.
You know, the Divine Comedy actually said something about being stuck in a flaming tomb, guarded by the Furies.
Nikolai, are you suggesting I haven't read Dante? I mean, you'd be quite right, but now that you mention furries, I'm quite curious. Perhaps I should read it if I don't drown in my own sweat sooner.
You've been suffering for 27 years, and not doing anything about it. Wow, I'm actually impressed.
Why, thank you. It's never too late to stop being a functioning member of society. I can't recommend it enough.
I should go.
I'll be here for now.
Why do I suddenly feel the urge to touch his nose? This place is doing things to me.
Are you into noses now?
Who knows? Maybe I always was.
Maybe. I think I saw the schematics for the vent in the attic.
Let's take you home. I haven't seen any vampires around. Yet. I've never seen one of these before.
It's called samovar, just so you know.
How does he style his beard like that? Ah, whatever, I can grow one anyways.
Who the hell are you? Oh, hi, Nick.
Zachary, I haven't seen you in a while.
I never wanted to see you ever again, but whatever.
And you, I've never seen before. Ugh, whatever. I don't really care who you are. What do you want?
I have to fix your ventilation system, so your master gives me his piece of the spell. Any idea how I can do that?
Just head to the attic. The vent is up there. I haven't touched it in years, so hopefully it is not rotten. Also, if you see Pipsqueak, don't freak out. Tell him I said hi. And for the record, he's not my master. Not anymore.
Maybe you could just tell me where Van keeps the spell.
And why would I do that?
Because he's not your master anymore. Or am I wrong?
You have a point. All right, but if I tell you, you have to promise me something.
What is it?
He's probably got some valuable stuff locked along with the spell. Jewels, trinkets, this sort of thing. Is no use for you here, but I could do so many things with them.
Whatever, I just need the spell.
Good. Van keeps his stuff inside a cuckoo clock in the living room. It's easy to spot, but the lock is too fancy for me, and you'll have to get rid of Van first.
How do I get rid of him? That guy barely moves.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. That big head of yours should be worth something, right?
Can I ask you something?
Sure. It's not like I'm busy contemplating my life choices.
Why haven't you just fixed the vent yourself?
There's no way I'm doing anything to please that lazy fat ass ever again. He can't even raise a teacup without my help. Working for him for half my life is one thing, but to serve for eternity? No thanks. I should have retired years ago.
Then why are you still here?
Good question. I tried to leave many times, but this place gets lonely. Don't get me wrong, I do hate that slug, but he's the only thing I have left from my normal life. I'm used to having him around, you know? It's comforting, even when he's squealing like a pig before slaughter. There's also another reason. But I already told you enough.
How did you and Van end up in Whateverland?
Well, the story is just as dumb as Van himself. In short, he was in love with some lord's daughter. Like, really in love. Hard to believe, isn't it? And she was a real beauty, that much is true. But she was to marry some other guy, you know the drill, so Van ordered me to kill him. And I did. The end.
Did you really kill the guy?
Yes, with a teaspoon.
Oh, goodbye.
Fine, whatever.
Nobody washed these in years, if not decades. I'm not touching this. This clock is too fancy for this wreck of a house. Why do I suddenly feel the urge to touch his nose? This place is doing things to me.
Are you into noses now?
Yes, that's me.
Did you really make Zachary into a murderer?
You make it sound so dramatic that Monsieur was practically dead already.
What do you mean?
I mean he was 94 years old. Zachary was supposed to poison his dessert, but the poor bastard choked on a teaspoon before even tasting our signature creme brulee. Too bad Beatrice was craving sugar that night.
Wait, Beatrice was there? Why?
She was treating the son of one of the Grand Duchesses. I can't remember his name. He was a polite boy, but so very fragile. I don't know what happened to him after Beatrice left. Nothing good, I presume.
What a pathetic reason for getting trapped here.
I heard rumors about what happened to my country shortly after we vanished. Now I'd choose Whateverland over it any day, so joke's on them. The only thing I regret is not having my sweet Alexandra here with me. I hope they found her a husband who wouldn't start decaying right on the wedding bed.
I should go.
I'll be here for now.
This is the clock Zachary was talking about. This clock is too fancy for this wreck of a house.
What's new?
I found your rabbits.
You did? Come here, my babies. Oh, you're safe now.
So, what about that magical key you promised?
Ah, of course. You brought my children back, and they're more precious to me than anything in the world. Here, the key is yours now. But use it wisely, Vincent. You never know when you're gonna need it most.
I'll try to remember that. Thank you. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Bye, honey.
How can I help you?
Goodbye.
Hasta la vista. I'm all ears.
I'll get going.
Farewell.
Whateverland Radio. I wonder, how does the whole thing with waves work here?
What waves? I see no waves.
I mean the radio waves, dumbass.
The radio has waves?
Do you not know how radio signal works?
Why, with magic, obviously. And I refuse to believe anything else.
Oh, God. I'll explain it to you later. Lucky me. A heart graffiti. Trivial, but cute. This looks ancient and dangerous.
Hello? Is that you?
It's Vincent, the new guy. I need to talk to you.
Vincent, the new guy? I think I heard about you. What do you want then?
I just want to talk. That's all.
Yeah, I don't think I can let you in.
Ellen, right? Listen, there's something important I need to talk to you about, but you have to let me in.
All right, Vincent. Let's hear what you have to say.
This cat looks sad.
Maybe it just needs a break.
And here I thought neon was out of fashion. I haven't seen a TV this old in years.
Then I must seem ancient to you.
Well, you are.
Shh! Don't ruin it for me.
What's the point of vinyl if it's just hanging on the wall? I used to dream of being a voice actor.
So, what happened?
Have you not had enough time to appreciate my emotional range?
Don't be so hard on yourself. I think you'd make a pretty good tree. Or a mountain.
I used to dream of being a voice actor.
So, what happened?
Have you not had enough time to appreciate my emotional range? I've always wondered, why do people need so many monitors when they only have one head?
Don't be so hard you can have asthma. I think you'd make a pretty good tree. Or a mountain.
That's good to know. There's something scary about her.
Maybe it's the bunny slippers. Those are spooky.
Before you say anything else, please tell me you're an expert at fixing radio towers.
Sorry to disappoint, but no, I'm not.
That means I'm totally, irrevocably screwed. Whatever. I'm Ellen Ein, the proud host of the only radio station here in Whateverland.
Charmed.
Well, of course you are. Before you start talking about why you're here and all that, I have a question to ask.
What is it?
Can I call you Vinny?
You absolutely cannot.
Sad, but expected.
Can I?
Don't you dare.
Oh, okay. Vinny. Totally worth it.
Oh, definitely.
I'm looking for the pieces of the spell that summons Beatrice. Nick mentioned you had one of those.
And he's totally right, I do. It's just, I don't get why would anyone want to summon that old hag. The only good thing that she ever gave us were the book ashes. These guys are cute, but that's it. Other than that, she's completely useless.
Why do you think she's useless?
I mean, she could have done anything with this world. To have it made out of cotton candy or inhabited by the coolest magical creatures. Or both. Even a cyberpunk aesthetic would be better than this. I'd look sick as a cyborg, don't you think?
What year are you living in? 2077?
Exactly. Anyway, I would love to give it to you. I really would. But desperate times call for desperate measures, so...
Let me guess. I'll have to fix the radio tower for you first, right?
Bingo! Don't get me wrong, I really don't want to take advantage of the situation. But that's how it works in Whateverland. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Fine, I'll look at it. But let's skip the scratching part.
Brilliant. I knew you wouldn't abandon a woman in need of some brute force. Or whatever it is that can fix that thing.
What happened to the radio tower?
Do I look like I know? It's not working, that's all I can say for sure. And no one has seen Harold since he banished himself to the junkyard. I can't believe anyone would ever want to go back there.
Why not? It's quite charming.
You're joking, right? I can't tell if you are, but I'll just assume that. Thank you very much. When I first got here, it was nothing but a cold, dark wasteland. No way I'm ever going back there. Besides, he's supposed to help me with the tower, not play with that useless half-rotten toy.
Come on, leave a man his hobbies.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Your accent seems off.
Let me ask you something. Are you familiar with the Golden Rule?
Nope, not really.
Never question a girl's accent.
So, what's your story?
Oh, you won't ever believe it, so... Wait, are you trying to sniff out some info so you can blackmail me or use that knowledge for any other selfish purpose, which, just so you know, I totally get, but don't want to give anyone the advantage?
I don't think so, no.
Promise?
Of course.
Swear on your mother's grave?
How do you know she's... Whatever. Yes, I swear.
Awesome. Now, where was I?
At the very beginning, I presume.
So, before I ended up here, I have been writing for this cute local website. You know, the kind where you can find out what type of sandal you are. Then, all sorts of strange things began to happen in our town. And of course, I had to investigate. After all, how else was I supposed to get promoted? Susan has always hated me. She was such a...
Ellen.
Right. So, all the cats in town suddenly disappeared. Weird, huh? And not only did they disappear, each one of them left a farewell note to their owner. A note from a cat.
Unbelievable.
Yes! Sadly, that was the most exciting part. As soon as I started making progress, Beatrice got me. Guess she wasn't happy about those little articles of mine.
She sent you here just because you were investigating her. That's a bit too harsh.
Everyone is afraid of the truth, Vincent.
Even witches?
Especially them.
Do people really listen to the radio in this place?
Does that surprise you? Most people here are lonely, and the only thing keeping them from giving into despair is listening to my beautiful voice every day for the rest of eternity. At least that's how I like to think about it.
So you're the only journalist here?
I wouldn't call it journalism. I'm more of an entertainer, you know? Sure, I talk about everything that happens in town, Bell and Bones tournaments, Eddie's poetry nights, Ernest and his crew being annoying per usual, things like that. But mostly I just talk. Now that I think of it, you could compare my job to that of a therapist. But better, obviously.
I'll look around.
Sure, just don't touch anything.
It probably leads to the roof.
Do you have any idea how to fix a radio tower?
Not a single one, do you?
Nope. Wait! Alan mentioned an instruction Harold left here somewhere. I'm sure it will make our lives easier.
Or confuse us even further.
Or that.
This is supposed to help us fix the tower. This isn't working. This isn't working. This isn't working. What a great view.
Oh yes, very romantic.
I would have never thought a prison could be so beautiful.
Well, its warden has a good taste.
What a great view.
Oh yes, very romantic.
I would have never thought a prison could be so beautiful.
Well, its warden has a good taste.
This is supposed to help us fix the tower. This isn't working. 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 Such a huge satellite for a town this small.
Hey, it's not that small. And in Whateverland, we like to go big.
I bet you do. I've always wondered, why do people need so many monitors when they only have one head?
In Whateverland, you can have as many heads as you like.
That's good to know. I look around.
Sure, just don't touch anything.
Lucky me. Round windows are awesome. Why do they only put them in the attic? I could use this scheme to fix the vent. The airflow is extremely weak. Perhaps something is blocking it up on the roof. Having all this stuff just lying around in the corner. Classic rich people. 1911. I guess they're lucky to have been sent to Whateverland. Never would expect Zachary to have something like this in his room. The airflow is extremely weak. Perhaps something is blocking it up on the roof.